Yo, what's going on YouTube? How we doing, guys? Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you're watching this from. I appreciate you. But listen, I don't have a whole lot of time. The camera's on 10% today because Justin didn't just decide not to charge it. Just rookie mistake, rookie mistake. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm just gonna take y'all through a little casual workout day. And we're gonna talk about a couple things because on this workout day today, I'm doing a run. We're on kind of play it by ear. I have no set schedule or structure I'm running right now personally. It's just more kind of like run on this day, bike on this day, lift on this day, blah, 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 blah. Listen to the body, right? Okay, so on this run, I'm going to be doing probably about 3 miles, give or take. Maybe four, maybe five, but definitely at least three, okay? So during this run, I got a podcast on right now. It's about Paul Saladino, MD. It's animal-based versus carnivore with another guy called Anthony or Dr. Anthony Shafee. These two guys I listen to a lot. I get a lot of information from the animal-based diet, from carnivore, from all the stuff that I can preach about when it comes to eating a certain way, when it comes to meat, eggs, fruit, honey, salt, butter, all this kind of crazy stuff that I get a lot of backlash for, a lot of questions on that I post more about. The more I post about it, the more kind of engagement I get. Not always positively, but sometimes positive, but also negative as well. But I'm learning. I love to learn. It's something I'm really passionate about. I really find interest in it. It's changed my life personally. I think this is something that's going to change more lives. It has changed more lives. All the clients that I work with are animal based. I get them to understand the information. I teach them anything they want to know, any questions they have, I answer it for them. And I'm always learning. I'm always trying to figure out more, learn more about it, go more in depth, and just really try to change my life and make my life as good as and high quality as possible I can. So that's what we're doing today. And whenever I kind of learn, if I find something informational that I haven't heard before, or a thing that really hits hard on me today for some reason, I'm gonna share it with you. But overall, we're gonna hit this run. It's gonna be a nice, easy pace run. I'm kind of somewhat still preparing for a marathon, but also an Ironman. Again, like no set structure or schedule. It's more of going by ear, playing it by ear, feeling the body out. Let me know how I feel. Feel good, we keep going. If you're not, we cut it down. No big deal. Got the run, and then we're also going to hit a shoulder lift. So run. I just did my warm up. I'm a little moist. You can't tell I'm a little moist right now. Did some lunges, figure fours for the outside of the glutes, some RDLs, some grass sweeps for the hamstrings, some hurdle walk, something crazy. Then I also hit 5 minutes on the bike and did some foam rolling. So just got the body, it's nice and loose, got the blood flowing, got a little moisture going. I am wearing this because I just got a tattoo. You can't see it, it's right here, it's hidden because I'm trying to hide it from the sun. Fresh tattoos, don't put them in the sun. You're also not supposed to work out when you first get a tattoo because you might get infected because of sweat. But I have my soap with me in my bag. It's right in front of you, you can't see it, but I have my soap with me. So as soon as I finish this crap, wash, we're good to go. So that's the day. Run, lift, we're going to chit chat after. Let's go. Ooh, also, I almost forgot before I hit this run, this is what we have today for fueling purposes. It's coconut water, but I'm not saying coconut water. I put a bunch of pink Himalayan sea salt and honey in this thing. So we got pink Himalayan sea salt, coconut water, and honey for electrolytes, for carbs, all that good yummy stuff. So it's going to keep me going through the run, but also through the lift as well. So fuel yourself properly, refuel and hydrate yourself properly. This is the most optimal hydration you can get. Coconut water, guys. Coconut water with some salt in it, can't beat it. All right, so we're going to do updates as I run with others talking about. So that's the best way to get as much information out of it as I can. So what I'm first talking about is how much Dr. Anthony Shafee's joint pain improved. Also his athletic performance whenever he cut out plants. So just talking about how much help that cutting out plants did for their joint pain, less aches and pains, tightness. And Anthony Shafee, he played rugby and he took off a lot of time and he went back, played after only just 2 weeks of training, and he was competing with the best of the best on the team that had been training for months. So
big thing is cutting out plants and how much the meat and just that style of diet, carnivore diet, improves athlete performance. And how we're also told how plants are good for us growing up, and we're forced to eat vegetables from our moms growing up, and it's just part of our programming. So whenever someone says, oh, plants are bad for you, vegetables are bad for you, it's an immediate red flag in your head. So just understand, like, we were forced to do things when we were growing up that now we have to question and understand that they were wrong the whole time. All right, so next part they're talking about is how basically when people say how, well, I went vegan and I still improved and I feel a lot better by cutting out meat, the same way that other people say, oh, I cut out plants and I feel amazing too. So basically what they found is the common ground of you made an intentional switch to better your health. You gotta look at all the aspects involved. What did you change? Everything. Like, you cut out all the processed food. You stopped smoking, you stopped drinking, you stopped going out on the weekends, started sleeping more, started exercising more. It's everything involved. It's not really what you're putting in, it's what you're taking out. So when you stop taking out all the processed food, you start taking out all the poisons, that's what's improving your health. It's not what you're putting in. It's not the fact you're putting in more vegetables, or it's not the fact you're putting in more meat. It's what you're taking out, all the processed crap and all the other poisons and toxins that are in our foods.
3 miles. I don't know if you can see that or not. You probably can see this. 3 miles. Nothing crazy. Just nice and light. Right over 30 minutes. But you know, again, I'm not trying to push a crazy pace right now. I'm not trying to do anything wild in terms of workout and training. It's more like just kind of enjoying it, just let my body feel good. But I listened to the podcast like I said I would. I took 2 videos while I was running because I felt like that was the best way for me to kind of capture information in the run without forgetting anything. So I'll put those in here as well. But also, the last part was really interesting. So I still have about like 45 minutes left of the podcast to listen to during the shoulder workout. But one of the things they talked about was coffee at the end. And coffee, about how just like it literally exacerbates the soreness and it makes you sore faster and worse. Coffee's like really crazy, concept to think about. Everyone drinks coffee and you're told all the time how caffeine's good for you, all this stuff, but you got to understand where the caffeine's coming from in the coffee. It's literally coming from a seed, a bean. Like these beans, these seeds, they are the most defended part of the plant. So you're going to probably encounter the most problems eating plant seeds as much as you are eating anything else realistically. But they talk about how when you go full carnivore, when you're like strict on full carnivore, like just eating meat and animal product, as there's like butter, tallow, cheese, milk, eggs, like full carnivore, and how he doesn't get sore, or it's very, very, very minimal. And the opposite of when you start adding in things like coffee, he's adding in coffee. Here he is in his residency, and he talked about how with coffee he got more sore and it happened faster. He like literally said he went full carnivore for a while. He said, let me see how much of a difference it makes when I add coffee back in. He added coffee back in, and it made it 10 times worse. And also he like felt it happening in real time. It's like my muscles started getting tighter. Like I started getting literally more sore as I like drank this coffee, because he hadn't had it in the system for so long. And so, interesting concept, interesting topic. I think honestly it's something that worth noting. And I'm interested in also dropping coffee for a little while and seeing what difference it makes. So, what's up, puppy? How you doing? Loud ass stuff. But yeah, so we got 45 minutes left to the podcast. See what else they say. I'm gonna hit the shoulder workout. 3-mile run is done. And yeah, so shoulder workout won't be crazy. I actually cut the run at 3 miles because I want to make sure that I could, make sure I still get a really good shoulder workout in. So we're hit that shoulder, and I'll let you know what else they say in the podcast. Here we go. Oh, don't forget to refuel. Just tastes like nectar of gods with refueling purposes. Salty, honey, coconutty. That's gonna help for sure. There we go. Okay, I am right underneath a speaker, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I'll talk directly into this, and hopefully nothing else will get heard. But warming up right now for a shoulder workout. Doing light warm up. I always do internal, external rotations with the cable, very light. Do some light dumbbell, like flies, like lateral raises, front raises, posterior delt fly. Some shoulder touches, so like in a plank position, and touch your shoulders back and forth. And then I hit grab like the 40s and just like did like 20 reps of shoulder press just to really get the blood flowing. So we're also a part in the podcast, so we cover coffee. Now they're moving into basically like how fear-mongered the society has made LDL, like cholesterol. Someone says, "Oh, I'm eating meat, I'm feeling amazing, like I look better, I feel better," but my doctor said my LDL is like really bad. So pretty much we're covering how the sugar companies, like back in the 50s and 60s, they started making the LDL as their scapegoat, as that's like, oh, LDL is bad for you, high LDL is going to kill you. When all the research they're covering in this podcast, the studies they're going over, it has no correlation. And the studies don't prove that the LDL is actually like the cause of these cardiovascular diseases, all these heart issues and problems. So basically, LDL is not the problem. It's all the other factors that are involved as well. The smoking, the drinking, the not having physical exercise and physical activity at the adequate levels per day. It's all the things that they're not talking about. And so LDL is not bad. And as long as you are metabolically functional and insulin resistant, LDL is never going to cause you any problems at all. So that's kind of the more important aspect to think about, is metabolic function and insulin resistance. You can get these covered and checked through a blood test, through a blood panel. I want to say he tags a place called Merrick Health. I'll find it and I'll put it in the video so you can go to it. And he has an actual like blood panel test. I want to say he sells about $240. And then he has like a 10% discount code. You can get your blood panel checked. You can get your full blood panel for all the things that truly matter and that are potentially like really beneficial to know, and also going to tell you if you're insulin resistant or not, if you're metabolically functional, and all that stuff. So if you're truly interested in this kind of stuff and you want to know more about like your health and your blood, like I'm going to tag the blood panel that you can go do. So I'm going to keep listening. Shoulder workout. I'll put some clips up. It's not anything crazy. I'm going to really go crazy. I'm going to go more crazy on anything, lateral raises, and focus a lot on face pulls as well today. Those felt good. My front delts, my anterior delt right here, it's a little tapped from, I did a chest day like 2 days ago, so I'm pretty sore there. But lateral delts and posterior delts going to definitely get some work in the day. So let's keep going.
probably my favorite thing to do for shoulders. And here's like getting like big, thick, like just voluminous 3D looking delts. Like it makes them pop out a lot. That big roundness. A lot of raises. And so I got these 40s. Honestly, I probably should go a little heavier, like 45, 50, but form, I think form's more important. And I thought my form was gonna lack a little bit if I go over like crazy heavier. It's not a little. I'll go up to 45s at least. So, you want the first set to be like pretty hard. You shouldn't be able to get past 15. So ideally, like you should be failing before 12, probably 10, like heavy, and then I'll do a drop set. So hit like 10 to 12, 15 max, and then I cut the weight in half. So I have 20s next to me, and then I'll go from the 40s to the 20s. I basically do a burnout, like to a failure, 15-ish reps or so. And so one stimulating a physiological response, one stimulating a neurological response. So the first one is neurological. It's going to tell your brain and your muscle fibers they need to grow because you're struggling a lot. It's really, really hard. It's taxing your neurological, your CNS system. So heavy first, like physically, like mentally really hard. And then you have the lighter weight cuts in half, and that's what pumps all the blood, gives you that big pump. It's a physiological response. It actually enlarges and grows and tears the muscle fiber up more, and that's going to allow you to grow even more. So I think heavy drop sets, second to none when it comes to muscle growth. So do these. Or if not, don't. Your body, your choice. You know, do your thing. All right. Got my 45s. You're welcome. We're talking about fructose right now and sugar. How carnivores don't eat fruit and honey. And now he's talking about how fruit juice is beneficial to humans, how much his testosterone went up, and how many things like actually benefited and helped when he started adding in honey and fruit after being carnivores. Paul said, you know, now he's talking about watermelon juice. Good stuff. Keep you updated. Same thing, 45s, about 10 to 12 reps, drop down to 20s, bust them out to a failure. Yeah, more accurate. 45's more accurate for what I needed. Look how much more strict my form is, though. I'm not rocking at all at this drop set. Love shoulders, hate shoulders. It's the hardest, most amazing muscle to train. Oh my God. Ooh, listen to this. I'm about to take this so you can hear me real quick. Fiber. Everyone's like, what about fiber? He just said, if you're eating things that are bad for you, you probably need fiber to help get them out of your system. Fiber increases the volume of the food and the density in your stomach to help pass it through easier. So, if you're eating bad things that don't need to be in your body, get it out. Because also fiber causes malabsorption. It doesn't allow the nutrients to fully absorb into your body. But if you're eating bad things, you don't want to absorb it. You want to get it out. So, fiber's good. Now, if you're eating good things, like meat, organs, the good stuff, right? You want to keep it in there. You don't want fiber. Fiber's bad. Fiber is, again, for malabsorption. It doesn't help with absorption rates. So, helps pass it through your system faster. You don't want to pass it through your system faster. You're eating good things. You're eating good things. You want to keep it inside. That's why it takes you so much longer usually to go to the bathroom. You don't want to go to the bathroom yet. You're eating steak, fruit, honey, eggs, butter, all this good nutrient dense, amazing things. You want to keep it in your body and let it absorb all those nutrients it possibly can because they're all bioavailable to us. So, fiber, stop it.
Kind of lighter on the shoulder press. Just because I don't think it's optimal for your shoulders. I don't think it's really that great for you, honestly. There's your joint health. Press overhead. So go light, keep the form really good, keep everything tight. And also my anterior delt, like I said earlier, I just kind of tap. It's not super fresh. So keep this light. It's going to pump out like 20, 25 reps. High volumes, get the blood flow in there. Nothing like to like super damage it per se. So yeah, I don't think the key to big shoulders is the shoulder press at all. I think it comes from like lateral delt raises and posterior delt flies. You ever seen Nate Smith, my dog? Yeah, dude, look at his shoulders. He does posterior delt flies all the time. His shoulders are pretty crazy. 30 will do. It's like a lot lighter than I thought it would be. And last, but not least, posterior delt fly. I'm gonna do a single arm just because I like how I can focus on one arm at a time. I really try to keep away the contraction from being in my trap and more obviously in the posterior delt. So it's a lot of mind connection right here. Mind muscle connection. Mind muscle connection right here. So got here, kind of like I bend over, like almost like I'm about to do a dumbbell, like single arm row. I'll be here, and instead of rowing, I'm gonna kind of a little more fly action up to this side. So you notice how I'm kind of pausing at the top for like half a second, because that's the most hardest part of the movement. It's not down here, it's not going down. It's when you get that very top end of the contraction, you hold and squeeze it. That's the hardest part. That's when you get the most damage at. So push through it and nut up and start up. Just pause it. Two more sets of these and go. Two more sets. I'm dead. Need some steak. Need some steak. It's gonna be so good too. Oh my god. I don't know if I want to do ground beef or ribeye. Ground beef is more, so I'll get more full. But ribeye tastes so good. A little salt, butter. Man. Ribeye for sure. Yeah, ribeye. 100% ribeye.
ribeye. I believe this is like 12 ounces. We got about 2 ounces of raw Swiss cheese. This is how you refuel, guys. Most nutrient dense stuff you can possibly get. It's not about the protein, it's not about the fat, it's not about the carbs. It's about getting in nutrients after you go and push your body really hard. So that's what we're doing, refueling. And in terms of the podcast, I just finished it as I was cooking. The last part they basically talked about is how powerful that these foods are in terms of how much nutrients and vitamins they truly have. Like, for example, polar bear, like we can get that. Most people can't even get that regularly in the first place, but polar bear literally has toxic like levels of vitamin A in it, where you can't even eat the liver of a polar bear; it'll kill you. There's so much vitamin A in it. So, what they basically talk about, all in all, is to get your blood work done, to get like an actual panel of like vitamin and mineral deficiencies to figure out what you are lacking and what you are like deficient in. Liver may not be necessary for everyone, and contrary to belief, I thought it was like the best thing in the world everyone should be eating. But what I'm learning is if your folate levels are really high and you're good on that, like liver is one of the highest things in natural folate in terms of bioavailability. So maybe don't need as much liver as someone who has low folate levels. But you never know that until you get tested, until you figure out exactly what you're deficient in. So that's something I'm going to go down into the rabbit hole myself on, is to figure out, what I'm deficient in and figure out, what I need to eat to be my most optimal, highest potential self and to operate the highest level possible. So, yeah, guys, this stuff's amazing for you. Start with this. Start cutting out the processed food. Start pushing yourself in the gym. Go hard. It's pretty simple rules. Eat the pure, most nutrient dense options on the earth, things that don't have toxic chemicals and defense chemicals and natural pesticides and things that are going to cause autoimmune diseases and illnesses and give you joint pain and aches and all this just crappy stuff and mental fog and all this just bad stuff. Like, start cutting out the processed foods, start cutting out some of your vegetables, and start focusing as much as you can on like these just really nutrient dense, high fat, high protein options like steak, ground beef, cheese, eggs, butter, stuff like that. But yeah, hope you appreciated the episode. Did a little something different here. If you like this, think it was a cool idea, think it was some cool concept, did a lot of information I threw obviously out in this episode. And if you like this, if you like it and you want me to do more, let me know. It's pretty simple. Like, whatever I want, whatever y'all want, I'll do. I really don't care. I love this stuff. I do it all day anyway. I talk about it. I live it. I breathe it. So yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I'll do it all day long because I love steak. Plain and simple. And I like working out. So see y'all next time.